Hi guys, and welcome to my review of Fear the Walking Dead, season 6, episode 10. So I guess this episode kind of sets up a new villain group, and they're basically responsible for what happened in episode 6 of season 6. Yeah, I think so. When the oil thing happens, like that big explosion. Basically, this group is like responsible for that. I mean, it seems like it's going to be an innocent group, but really, you know, from because basically the call kind of gives the information from Virginia that these people were responsible, and that's why they basically infiltrate the players to, I guess, take it out from the inside, and they kind of gain more of a chance when Wes actually finds his brother, who he thought was dead, because basically these people kind of rescued his brother, so that kind of gives them more of a chance to be brought in this community. So yeah, this community does seem like a place where you'd think it would actually work out. Maybe these are actually good people, but this is the Walking Dead universe. So of course these people are going to be a bit twisted and definitely crazy. And yeah, I guess yeah, like I said, if you think I don't know if I did say this, but yeah, if you think about it, like these people basically could have cut. Well, they could have took out Virginia if it wasn't for June. When she saved, Virginia, because in that moment, like she was so dead. But June saved Virginia for obvious reasons, and man, what happened to Wes as well. But I guess I could tell the brother's story with what happened with him and how he, found these people and all the things they've been making him doing. So yeah, basically, Wes was with his brother, which I guess he looked up to his brother, like he was meant to be like him. But man, with how things turn, basically, like there's like a situation where I don't know if they're like looking for food or something, but I guess the brother gets overwhelmed by walkers, and he tells the brother to, I guess, leave, or maybe he didn't like the brother, like Wes didn't really have a choice, so he had to leave because there was like it was getting crowded with walkers, and he probably thought like his brother died. His brother basically gets trapped, but then I guess these people rescue him and bring him to this place, and then they secretly, I mean, over time they basically brainwash the brother, Wes's brother, and then he basically goes around helping these people destroy communities because he just wants to, like, I guess these people want to be the last ones standing in some weird way, like, but then like they're kind of bringing some of these people, and they kind of have no idea that these people could be the ones who destroyed their communities, if you think about it in that way, like, geez. And somehow these people know Morgan. I mean, I guess I'll try to show you the guy. I mean, I will show you the guy who I thought was in charge at first, but because this person who's on the the radio thing, I was thinking like he was dead and he wasn't actually alive, but then we see him at the end. But I'm just going to show you the guy who I thought was the one who was in charge, because the probably the person who was originally in charge was dead. But yeah, so yeah, this is the guy who I thought was in charge, but we find out that the real leader's actually alive. But I guess maybe he is like a co-leader or something. I'm not exactly sure, because he's the one who we see for the whole episode, making all the orders and kind of explaining things, about what this community is about. Because it's not until the end where we see the actual person who's in charge. But yeah, basically his beliefs is that like they're trying to build some world underground for this new generation, and they're kind of like destroying all these other communities because that represents the old world or something like that. I mean, I wasn't really fully, following this storyline anyway, because these people are crazy and stuff. Yeah, because it was taking a long time to get to the point of what it was basically doing with this episode. Yeah, because this was an infiltration mission to take out this community that was responsible for what happened before, and the traitor, like, yeah, the traitor, like, I don't know if they found out who the traitor is yet, like probably not yet. So that storyline's still open, right? Because when in that Daniel episode, like there was a bombing in the dam, so yeah, in Morgan's community anyway, and they still didn't really find out who that actually was. But yeah, but what happened in the oil explosion and everything, like that was basically these guys, because they're trying to take out all these communities for some reason. to cleanse the earth and start fresh, I guess. They're basically gonna go underground, and then when it's time to come out, that's when they basically take over the land, and basically a new world for them. I don't know if that's how they're thinking. And basically, all these dead are gonna bring life to the earth or something. I don't know. Like all these people that they're killing, because you just see like it gets to a point where they're trying to escape, and you just see all these bodies. Like that moment, man. Jeez. Yeah, this wasn't really the best image I could get, but yeah, basically, which like when they're trying to escape at the end, and I guess things don't really work out for Wes and his brother because he's too, brainwashed with this new way of thinking, because it's probably been like this for him for a long time, and just thinking that he nearly killed his brother, and he got to a point where he was willing to kill his brother because he didn't really go with his beliefs. Like Wes didn't want to go with like his new beliefs, so Wes had to kill his brother, like the brother that he thought was dead. He had to see him die again, which sucked for him. But it basically helps everyone escape anyway. Well, mainly everyone, because when they get to this area with all these walkers that are basically emboweled, like they have to get past them. But then like you find out that there's things inside of them that could basically destroy this place, like destroy their operation. So Alicia stays behind and takes care of that while everyone else escapes, and basically reports back to Morgan with everything that happened, and that they know his name. So yeah, Alicia basically stays behind. So yeah, in this episode they do make a callback to Madison's sacrifice, which like when everyone's talking about the people that they've lost. Yeah, Madison mentions her mother and how she sacrificed herself so she could live. And now she basically kind of does the same thing to save them. And man, I don't even know how Alicia's going to get out of this situation. Like, what are they going to do to her? And this, leader as well, who's actually in charge. Like, what is he going to do to Alicia, and what's his plans for her? Because Alicia just basically destroyed all of his, work, everything that he's been building towards. So I have no idea what he wants with Alicia. I don't know if they're gonna try brainwash her like Wes's brother, but yeah, I guess I'll talk about the leader now. So yeah, guys, I think this is basically the new villain, and you guys might recognize him from Smallville, who played as Lex Luthor's dad. Yeah, that's what I mainly know him from. Or maybe Batman and Robin, which probably is like an insult. Yeah. And that scene when he pushes Poison Ivy, and she basically becomes Poison Ivy. I'm afraid you have to die, or something like that. However the quote goes, I'm afraid you have to die. Like that's a dumb scene in that movie. I mean, there's a lots of dumb scenes, but yeah. But yeah, basically he's gonna be the new villain of The Walking Dead, probably going into season 7 as well. So this is probably gonna be a storyline that spills over to season 7. And I just hope that nothing happens to Alicia as well, because man, she's like, I'd say she's the last proper important character from season 1 that's still alive, because I guess the other two, they're just OGs to me. I mean, if they died at this point, it definitely hurt, but losing Alicia, like the core members of that family that that we started with in the beginning, like she's the last member of that family who started up the show. So if we lost her, like it'd be completely devastating towards the whole show, because if we lost Daniel or Strand, it definitely hurt. But man, we just can't lose Alicia. I just hope she doesn't get brainwashed or something, because I don't know how she'd come back from that. Like maybe use her grief against her or something, but we'll see what this villain does to her, because he's gonna want something in return for what Alicia just did. Because right now she's got captured. Like, she nearly gets killed as well, like impaled like those walkers. But she basically fights to survive, and then I guess she has to talk with the leader. But yeah, I guess we'll see where that goes in the next episode maybe. And I guess I'm just gonna leave it there, because man, yeah, we'll see where that goes. Let's see if it can be a good villain like Virginia, because I wasn't really expecting much from Virginia. I hated Virginia in the beginning, but yeah, we'll see if this actor can, play a good villain again, because he was definitely good as Lex Luthor's dad in Smallville, so I'm definitely gonna expect a lot from him. So yeah. But yeah, I'm just gonna leave it here. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace.
One look, the heat is rising, and I've been cold so long. One touch and we're igniting.